The moment I walked into that school dance holding a little girl's hand, I thought I was doing one small favor. I thought I was simply helping a child who needed someone to stand beside her. I had no idea that a few hours later, her mother would look at me with tears in her eyes and whisper, "Why did it have to be you?" And the answer to that question would change all of us forever. Before we get into the story, if you believe kindness can change someone's life, please subscribe to Kindness Story, like this video, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Your support helps us share more stories that remind us that being kind still matters. It started on a Friday afternoon in a quiet neighborhood outside Columbus, Ohio. I was sitting in my car after work when I got a phone call from my friend, Daniel. His voice sounded nervous. "Mark, I need a favor." "What kind of favor?" "My daughter has a school dance tonight. I was supposed to take her, but I have to work an emergency shift. She's been looking forward to this for weeks." I knew his daughter, Emma. She was 9 years old, sweet, shy, and always carrying a little purple backpack. Daniel continued, "She needs someone to walk her into the dance. She keeps saying she doesn't want to go alone." I hesitated for a second. Then I remembered something my own father used to tell me. When a kid needs an adult to show up, you show up. So I said, "I'll do it." A few hours later, I arrived at Daniel's house wearing a clean suit and an old pair of dress shoes. Emma came running down the stairs. She was wearing a beautiful blue dress and holding a tiny flower. She stopped when she saw me. "Are you really coming with me?" I smiled. "Of course." Her eyes lit up. "Then tonight is going to be perfect." I didn't know why those words hit me so hard. Maybe because children don't ask for much. They don't need expensive gifts or fancy promises. Sometimes they just need someone to show up. When we arrived at the school, music was already playing inside. Parents were dropping off their children, taking pictures, fixing ties, and laughing. Emma suddenly grabbed my hand. "Wait. What happened?" She looked nervous. "Everyone else has a dad." I knelt beside her. "Emma, look at me. You don't have to worry about anyone else." She looked up at me. "Tonight, I'm your dance partner." She smiled. "Like a real dad?" I swallowed hard. "For tonight, I'm right here." She hugged me tightly. And then we walked inside. For the next 2 hours, I watched Emma laugh, dance, and forget every worry she had brought through those doors. She showed me every game. She introduced me to her friends. She even made me dance when I clearly had no idea what I was doing. At one point, a slow song began. Emma looked around the room. Then she reached for my hand. "Can we dance?" "Absolutely." She put her little hand in mine. We moved slowly across the gym floor. She rested her head against my chest. Then she whispered, "I wish my dad could see this. He would be proud of you." She looked up. "You think so?" "I know so." She smiled. But then I noticed a woman standing near the doorway. She was staring directly at us. Her face had gone completely pale. It was Emma's mother, Sarah. I had met her only once before. She walked toward us slowly. When the song ended, Emma ran to her. "Mom!" Sarah hugged her, but her eyes never left me. I could see tears forming in them. Then she walked over to me. For several seconds, she said nothing. Finally, she whispered, "Why did it have to be you?" I didn't understand. "What do you mean?" She wiped a tear from her cheek. "You don't remember me, do you?" I shook my head. "No." She took a deep breath. 8 years ago, I was driving home during a snowstorm. My car slid off the road. I was terrified. I had my newborn baby with me. She paused. You were the man who stopped. Suddenly, something clicked. I remembered that night. The snow. The broken-down car. A frightened young mother holding a tiny baby. I had helped her get out, called for assistance, and stayed until help arrived. But to me, it had been one ordinary act of kindness. I had never thought about it again. Sarah looked at Emma. That baby was her. I stared at Emma. The little girl who had just asked me to dance was the same baby I had once helped on a freezing winter night. Sarah continued, I never forgot you. I searched for years, but I never knew your name. I didn't know what to say. She smiled through her tears. And tonight, when I saw you holding her hand, I realized something. What? She looked at me. Kindness has a way of coming back. Emma didn't understand the conversation. She simply grabbed my hand again. Can we take a picture? Sarah laughed through her tears. Yes. We stood together for a picture. Emma in the middle. Me on one side. Her mother on the other. And for that moment, we weren't strangers anymore. We were three people connected by one simple act of kindness. On the drive home, I kept thinking about what Sarah had said. We often imagine kindness has to be something huge. Saving a life. Changing someone's future. Doing something extraordinary. But sometimes kindness is much smaller. It's stopping your car. It's holding a door. It's listening when someone needs to talk. It's showing up when a child is afraid to walk into a room alone. We never know how far one small act can travel. That night, I thought I had gone to a school dance to help Emma. But maybe I had received something too. A reminder that the good we put into the world doesn't always disappear. Sometimes it travels quietly through years, through people, and through moments we completely forget. And sometimes, years later, it finds its way back to us. So if you ever wonder whether your kindness matters, remember this story. You may never see the result. You may never know who you helped. But that doesn't mean your kindness was wasted. Someone, somewhere, may be carrying the memory of what you did. And one day, that small kindness might become the reason someone else believes in goodness again. So show up. Be patient. Help when you can. And whenever life gives you the chance to make someone's day a little easier, take it. Because kindness doesn't need an audience. It only needs a willing heart.